everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my favorites summer foundations video, and it's going to be a mix of foundations, tinted moisturizers, BB creams. I've got some liquid foundations, I've got a couple powder foundations, so I've got a nice variety of products, so hopefully you will find something that you like. I live in a hot, humid climate, and I have normal to oily skin, so I feel like that's worth mentioning before going into this video. When it's summer here, I live in Houston, Texas. When it's summer here, it is hot. You need a good summer foundation, and I've got a couple of really good, like, strong, lasting ones. I've got a couple that are a little bit lighter, but still very nice summer wear. And then, like I said, I've got a couple of powders, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. The first two liquid foundations I'm gonna show you are both a little bit on the heavier side, and what I mean by that is this is what I would wear if you want something more full coverage, long lasting, all day, like if you're going to work all day, or if you are going to like a music festival where you just want something to stay on your face and be matte and amazing. I'm actually wearing this one today. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is somewhat new. I feel like it did come out in 2015 or at the end of last year, but it's a drugstore foundation, and I don't love a lot of drugstore foundations. I love this one. I wear it almost every single day. It lasts all day, like, so if you are going to work and you're going to be wearing foundation for like 8 to 10 hours, this is a really good one. It's great for the summer because it's a pro matte foundation, so it's matte without being too matte. I think it has like a demi matte kind of finish, and it just looks amazing. Like, I applied my foundation this morning at probably like 6:30 a.m. Let's say 7 a.m. Right now it's 6:41 p.m. So I've had this on for almost 12 whole hours, and it still looks decent. And I really love this stuff. I have mine in the shade Natural Buff. The other one, which is actually pretty different, this one's a lot thicker. This one is really thin and kind of like a liquidy consistency, and this is the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is also kind of a newer one, and it's got a really nice fancy pump and a really nice fancy bottle, and yes, it is a little more expensive. It has really good coverage. It says it has a luminous finish, but if you're like oily, you shouldn't be scared of this because it's almost kind of like a drying foundation. Like, if you've got really dry patches, this one can be kind of a little weird around those, but I am not a dry person. Like I said, I'm normal to oily, so I really like this one, and I am really happy with the coverage, and you can use just a small amount, like 1 or 2 pumps, and you can get really good coverage all of your face. So I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but I really like it, and I would definitely recommend it as a great summer foundation, especially for someone with normal to oily skin like myself. This next foundation that I'm going to talk about is a lot lighter, and I actually just mentioned this one, I think, in my May favorites, and this is the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua Foundation. I think of this almost as a tinted moisturizer. It has that Chanel scent, which I'm not a huge fan of, but this doesn't break me out. I apply this with just my fingertips, and it works perfectly. I didn't tell you how I apply those other two, but I really love applying the first two that I just showed you. Work great with a beauty blender. This one I love applying with my fingertips and just kind of rubbing it all over. It's a super no fuss foundation when you just want to easily throw something on your face and not even really think about it. It blends so easily just by throwing it on with your hands, and it's just effortless. It's a lot more lightweight. It's a lot more light coverage. This is not going to give you a ton of coverage, and if you've got lots of blemishes or things you need to hide, you're definitely going to need to use a concealer on top of this. But it's great for, I mean, if your skin's decent and you just want to kind of even out the skin tone and have something pretty and light wearing. This is gorgeous, and it has SPF 15, so that is nice too. And I have this one in the shade Beige, number 30. Now I'm going to kind of move into the BB cream tinted moisturizer stuff. This is definitely my favorite BB cream. It's from Cover FX. Cover FX is a Houston-based brand. You guys know I love my Houston-based brands. This is a mattifying anti-blemish treatment BB gel. I have mine in the shade medium, and it almost like looks like it's too dark when I initially put it on my hand, but I like to apply this with a like Sigma F80 brush or like my Cosmetics Velvet foundation brush. I like to use a brush with this stuff and blend it out, but it is really, really nice. It's definitely mattifying. If you have really dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this. I also don't love using this with my hands because it dries and sets really quickly, so I like using a brush so I can kind of blend it out fast, and I don't know. Brushes work well with this guy, I would say. Like I said, I feel like it's almost too dark when I like put it on my hand. Like you would look at that and think that it looks like too dark for my skin almost, or maybe it looks like a perfect match. I don't know. But when I rub it out, like when you blend it out onto your face, it almost gets lighter. Let me see if I can show you. It almost like adjusts to the color of your skin kind of, and it just dries into your skin really quickly, and it definitely leaves it matte. Like you don't have a lot of time to work with this stuff, but it stays put, and that's why I think it's great for summer. And again, another one that's really great for oily skin. This next one is like not a huge oily skin recommendation. It's more for like normal skin, to maybe dry skin people would like this. I don't know because I don't have dry skin. But this is a tinted moisturizer from NARS. It's their Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This has SPF 30, so a step up from the Chanel, which is SPF 15. It is pretty pigmented. I feel like it has decent coverage. It definitely has more coverage than the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua, but things will still show through. When I use this stuff, I feel like I definitely need to set it with a powder because I have oily skin, and since it's a moisturizer, it's not mattifying at all, so you probably would want to use a powder over this if you're oily. But it has nice coverage. It does a really great job at evening out your skin tone. It has the SPF, so it's a really good kind of all-in-one product if you don't feel like doing a moisturizer and then a sunscreen and then a foundation. This is like that all-in-one, and I really like this stuff. I have mine in the shade St. Moritz, which is medium 1, and I think that's what I have my NARS foundation, and I didn't tell you, but I also have this one in medium 1, and that's Punjab. Like the names are different, but I have them both in medium 1. Just for reference, that may be helpful to you if you were curious. It says it's a water resistant sunscreen if you're swimming or sweating, but then it says to reapply it at least every 2 hours, which is pretty inconvenient. If like who wants to reapply their makeup every 2 hours? But it is a good one if you just want to throw something on when you're gonna go out to the pool or to play a sport or to be outside. I sometimes wear this to work, like with a powder over it if I just don't feel like doing a foundation. I like to put this on with my fingers as well, so it's very easy just to throw this on. The next product that I'm gonna talk about is the Perricone MD No Foundation Serum. I'm gonna shake mine because it looks kind of unattractive when it's not mixed. This is an SPF 30. It is a super liquid. It comes out in a dropper, like so. And I like to apply it with my fingertips. This is a very like sheer to light coverage, but it does a great job at evening out your skin tone. I think it does a really great job at staying on the skin, and last summer I was obsessed with this stuff. I haven't been using it as much lately, but I'm probably gonna start picking it back up. It's great for like that no makeup look, so if you don't want a full heavy coverage like the first foundations I showed, this is a really nice light option, and it just looks like skin. It really just looks like your skin, but better. It doesn't look like you're wearing foundation, and that's a reason why I love this. And I think it's just kind of like a really unique product. The last two foundations I have are both powders. The first one that I'm going to show you is just the Bare Minerals Original. This is the original SPF 15 foundation. I have mine in the shade Fairly Light. I think I used some different shades of this. I honestly have not used this in a while, but I used this religiously for a few years. This was like the only stuff that I used. Honestly, this might be expired, but it's really good, and it has decent coverage. Like when I first saw Bare Minerals, I was like, is that even gonna like cover anything on my skin? But it really does. If you use the right kind of like kabuki brushes, you can build it up and get a really nice coverage out of it. And it has an SPF 15 sunscreen. I feel like it stays on the skin a pretty decent amount of time, and it just looks so natural. And I really like that natural look for summer. I honestly never like a really caked on heavy foundation kind of look, so I loved this product for years. In college, this was like my go-to everyday foundation. It lasted all day. I really liked it. It's a trusty mineral foundation. It's supposed to be better for your skin, like more breathable, and if you've got like really damaged or acne prone skin, this can kind of give it a break from using all of the liquid foundations. So I would check it out if you haven't already. It's a good one for sure. The last foundation that I have is kind of a unique one as well. It is also a powder. It's the one from Tarte. It is their Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation. I have mine in the shade Medium Neutral, which I sometimes actually find to be a little bit too either dark or pink/orange for me. This is what it looks like. It has like this netting inside of it. So you basically like tap your kabuki brush just into that netting, and you really just need a very tiny amount, and it has really good coverage. It does claim to be a full coverage foundation. I would say medium to almost full. Definitely not like a crazy full coverage foundation. Both this and the Bare Minerals, I both feel are almost kind of like a creamy powder. Like when you're rubbing it into your face with a kabuki, it's not like a dry powder that you're gonna see like dustiness. I feel like this would be okay for dry skin because it feels like it has the clay in it. I don't know how to describe it. It has a really unique texture. It has good coverage, and I really like going to this one for the summer as well. So that is it. That is the last one. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it was maybe somewhat helpful to you if you're looking for a great new summer foundation. Let me know what your summer foundation go-tos are in the comments down below, because I'm always looking to check out foundations that last in hot climates, because that's what I live in. If you have any video requests for me, definitely feel free to leave those down in the comments below as well. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you're not already, go subscribe to my Instagram. It's just at Daniela June. I will leave links to all of these foundations down below so you can buy them online if you want to, and that is it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!